Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Audio Roulette Podcast, the only podcast on the internet that celebrates the year end by doing a bunch of shit that I guarantee a lot of people didn't listen to. As y'all can see right off the bat, if you're watching on YouTube, because we're going to be promoting this on YouTube. On Instagram for YouTube. You can see my face. What up, motherfuckers? You can also see Travis's face. And, so to bring in the new year, I got a webcam, as you can see, because I'm flipping y'all off right now. Because I'm going
You're so mean.
We're basically trying to bring the show to YouTube so y'all can see us and have more interaction with us. And hopefully we'll get more fan art. Also, shout out to Binky or Marika Barika on Instagram for drawing the amazing drawing of both Travis and I and having her make me look like a tired dad. Her words, not mine. And it's pretty freaking crazy. And I love it. I love the fucking artwork. So thank you, Binky. And we met her through, drumroll please, the Phantoms Discord, which y'all should join. The link is always in the description of every episode. So y'all should definitely join it. We are in there very frequently, except for me, because I take time off because I care about my mental health.
I love how that implies that everyone else in the server just doesn't. Although that's not entirely inaccurate.
That's not entirely far off. We have Spicy, we got Sora, we got Ray Ray.
True.
But yeah, so to kick off the new year, and we were thinking, what should we do to make it pop the tibbity fuck off? What should we do? And I was like, hey, maybe we do X review. And Soap go, did someone say X? And so we decided we're going to review Revenge and Bad Vibes Forever. And now, this may be one of the hardest divisions between Soap and I and Travis, from what I feel like.
I think we'll see. So this is gonna be interesting.
No, I think we're gonna be fist fighting by the end of this.
Probably. First thoughts. I have to say, we'll start with Revenge, and then we have to go in chronological order, But I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed Bad Vibes Forever. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed that album. Despite the issues, I did enjoy it. So once we get to the end of this, we'll know everything. See, I can hear him just, motherfucker, you did not.
Of course you did. Of course you did. No, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all.
Fuck Love Savage being like my number 3, and you're like,
we're
fucking
like,
worst
album
ever known to man.
It's not good.
Our Bad Vibes Forever
not
review.
Good.
I do like Bad Vibes Forever, but I have a lot to say about that.
I have some to say. It's not like a shit ton. Apparently not as much as Travis has to say. Because he literally texts me and he's like, I have so many notes. I'm like, oh.
That's never a good sign.
I was like, oh, this is the same thing we did. Yeah, I have a lot of notes on Fuck Love Savage. What? Is that good or bad? You'll see. What the
It's
fuck do you
bad.
mean? What do you mean?
Very bad.
Whenever he writes notes about shit, it just is not good.
Okay, the fact just is I guess I'm like just a pessimist at this point, and so it's a lot easier for me to just go on and on and on about something that I despise than something that I actually enjoy. If I enjoy something, then I'm just like, yeah, it's really good, and I don't really have anything else to say about it. But if something's bad, I'm much better at pointing out flaws than I am pointing out why something's good.
This is really awkward for me because I'm realizing that like I'm scratching my eye and I'm like scratching it in a weird way, and then I look over and I'm like, fuck. They can see me.
That's okay.
It's gonna get really bad when I start doing live streaming and I have my face cam on there.
Yeah. But then you're gonna be playing like video games and stuff, so your hands will be occupied. It's like jerking off, It's like you don't touch your face too.
That's what we were all thinking.
I was waiting for the cam girl. I was waiting for the cam girl like comment like, "Oh, starting it off early."
Oh gosh.
All right, so revenge. Soap, would you like to do the honors of kicking us off?
Okay. Revenge here is I love this project. I'm gonna tell you right now. I love this project.
You sound so happy. You sound so happy. I love it.
Okay.
This project is such a good project. So since I'm the only one who would know the little backstory, I'll provide a little bit of the context around this album here. So Revenge is like the first thing of X that was like put on Spotify as far as I know. But basically the purpose of Revenge is it's not a true album. It's a collection of like X's best songs from when he was only popular on SoundCloud before he got popular on Spotify too. So that was the purpose of this here. This was like, oh hey, X is getting really big. Let's get together like his best of songs and put them on Spotify so people start listening to him on Spotify and not just SoundCloud. To kind of ramp up to prepare for the release of 17, which I think would just be like a couple months later. So that's the purpose of this record, and it does it very well. I love X's SoundCloud era music, and this has some of the best songs from there. I will tell you straight up, I like all 7 songs on here. Not on my first listen. Bear in mind, I've listened to this album a long time ago now for the first time, but it took a while for one song on here to grow on me. But at this point, I love every song on here. So how are we going to do? We're going to go song by song? Or?
Yeah. So you start with Look at Me, and then we'll go Travis, and we'll go me.
Okay. Look at Me. I mean, okay, Look at Me is a classic. It was just recently, too. This song is 5 years old. Look at Me is 5 years old. I'm like, how is this song 5 years old? Look at Me does not sound like a 5-year-old song in my mind. Like, it could come out yesterday, and that makes total sense. And it's so weird to me that song is 5 years old. Like, I mean, Look at Me is a great banger. I think just about everybody's heard Look at Me, though, before. That was the song that blew X up. It goes very hard and is very catchy. There's not a lot to say about Look at Me. I think everyone's heard it pretty much.
It speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Who's going next?
It was you. You go next.
Okay. So one thing I'll point out, people who haven't actually listened to this album yet, you probably know Look at Me because it was really, really popular on TikTok with that one dude that had the square head. Y'all remember that?
No.
Or the radio.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, it was a thing on TikTok. As far as personal opinions go, it's funny. Some of my notes are kind of weird on this one because I listened to Bad Vibes Forever first, so I did a couple references. One of this one is that Look at Me fits X's style better than the entirety of Bad Vibes Forever, and I stand by that.
Oh, we gotta have.
Yep, we gonna have this conversation.
That's a later conversation.
Oh yeah, we will burn that bridge
later.
when we get to it.
Yeah,
burn that bridge when we get to it. Point is, I think it really fits him. That's all I'll say.
It does. That's kind of my same thought. As a whole with Revenge, I definitely preferred Bad Vibes Forever over listening to Revenge. Just because I could tell that this was an early X project. And Look at Me was probably the perfect track to be the first one of his to really blow up because it's perfectly titled. And I have so much more respect for it on the fact that instead of making a music video for his best-selling song, he makes one to talk about, hey, let's not focus on race. It's not right to give either side. That gives me so much more respect for him. That he took this song and all the clout and everything he got off of it and used it for good. This was the perfect song to show who X could be.
Yeah, it's a loud, in your face, hard
Look
bang.
at me!
I gotta say, man, that is one of the hardest lines ever. Just for a chorus is simple as this chorus is, it is such a hardcore.
Yeah.
Like, just someone aggressively telling you, look at me, fuck me, yeah, hey, like, it goes so hard. I love it. I love that chord. Oh, somebody's having a stroke.
Yeah, Travis is kind of heart attack mode.
Well, that's fine. The
Travis,
next
you
one,
good? Travis?
the answer is no.
Travis. Okay, yeah, we move on to I don't want to do this anymore.
I love this song so much. This is one of my most played songs of last year. I adore this song. This song has one of my favorite lyrics ever. It's in the actual verse there. I don't want to love myself. I'm praying that y'all love me. I love that line so much. I love everything about this song.
And Travis is back.
It has.
All my audio just like cut out for a second. I didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah, this song has such a good vibe. It's this like totally like floating experience here. I just love this song. And like I said, man, that one line hits like every single time.
Yo, Kill Station is on this? How did I not notice that before? Okay, well, that's a callback for when we do the Bad Vibes Forever one. You know exactly why. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I feel dumb. I can't believe I. Never...
You are dumb.
Yeah. Okay. What did you think of it, Travis?
Of I don't want to do this anymore. I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I've heard it somewhere before, but I can't place like where I've heard it. But I really like the beat. It's the like so far these first two songs really had like major like question mark vibes, so I really like that.
I don't want to do this anymore. Was good. I would have preferred like when it like first entered the track if it had remained that kind of vibe, because it kind of like threw me off guard.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
I'm really.
The
Like,
transition was really weird.
I did not like the transition, and like overall as a song, it was decent for me, but I wasn't a huge fan of it because when I got showed what he remixed for the intro part, I was like, that should have been the song. Like that should have been the beat. Everything else was kind of weird for me. I did like the song, and I do like lyrically what it was doing, like vocal melody and stuff. But overall, I just really wasn't a huge fan of the song just because of that like shift.
Yeah.
The transition is weird, but it's one of those things that I don't have a reason why. I just liked it the way I first heard it. To me, it's kind of like if you're like, I imagine like an actual like analog radio with a dial, and you just kind of like slowly tune into another station. That's how it always felt to me, and I always liked the way that felt because it's not just like a beat stop beat on. It kind of like slows down the one beat, and the other one like comes in quietly, and then it gets louder. And so to me, it just always feels like a radio channel switching, and I really like that feel.
I can see that. For me, it felt almost like
Two
a
songs.
nighttime to morning kind of shift. Like the sunrise was hitting, which is a cool effect to have, but I preferred the nighttime beat.
It's funny, I prefer the daytime one a lot more. I like the night part too, but for me, I love the actual verse a lot more than I like the chorus. I still love the chorus. I love the whole song, but I like the verse a lot more.
Looking for a Star.
Okay.
I just had to listen to this. Like I put it up against my ear and go, which one is this one?
Looking for a Star was the one I didn't like on my initial listen of this album because it's so weird. And X doesn't have like a single other song just like this song. This is a really, really weird song. It was like totally like somebody like experimenting with like a vocal thing. Like I totally think this is like in the studio and like somebody had an effect on and he was like, wait, no, hold on, leave that effect on. Let's try something with that. That's how that song feels. So it's a less refined song. It's definitely a weird song. And like I said, I definitely didn't like it at the start, and I definitely understand why somebody wouldn't like this one. It just kind of grew on me over time. It grew on me when I listened to it in the car. I had this mixtape on repeat whenever I was still like learning to drive manual just by driving around my neighborhood, and I always had this mixtape basically on repeat. It's like a mixtape EP type thing.
Mhm.
I would always have this on repeat, and that song came on, and normally I would skip it because I was like, I don't like that song. But I was like in the middle of doing something, so I couldn't skip it, and I was like, wait, this actually kind of hits. And then pretty much from then on, I've liked it there. I don't know what happened. Like changed in the car. The same thing happened with Depression and Obsession on 17. Though, fair. So I don't have a lot of comments here. This is just a weird song.
Yeah. It was
Hit or
very
miss for you, honestly.
bizarre. Yeah, I wrote vocals are different. I have mixed feelings about whatever they did to the vocals. Not my favorite, but it's not bad. It's just kind of so-so. And then up to the
Yeah.
side, I wrote sounds like XXXTENTACION had sex with 100 gex.
Dude, I was literally gonna make that comment. It was so
It does,
weird.
like,
It's like
The
edgy.
weird, obnoxious auto tune, and then it's just like sounds like 100 gex. Like
It sounds like 100 gex, but like they went to a party and got an existential crisis from X. I feel that. It's an odd song. Wasn't bad for me. Wasn't necessarily really good. It may get stuck in my head at some point, but yeah, I thought it was cool to experiment with. This basically, like, listening to this, it kind of reminds. That's why I said that this reminds me of like, I can tell that this is young X because it feels almost like a question mark Skins type album, and we all know, those of you at home, we all know I love those albums to death. I fucking love Skins and Question Mark so much. They're so beautiful. King. Okay, I'm starting this one. Sorry, so
I knew you were going to.
fucking love
I knew
this
you were
song.
going to.
I love this song so much. Again, why was X never a part of the scene community? He is so good at it. It's like, oh my god, just like out of nowhere, like just normal singing, and you can hear it in the back, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is really nice. And all of a sudden he's singing, and you just hear him screaming in the background. I'm like, let's go. God, I heard that the first time, and so, I was kind of like, this isn't bad. I wasn't a huge, I wasn't like necessarily, I don't know if I wasn't in the mood or I just like, it wasn't my vibe with this album or whatever. And then it reached this part and I went, praise be X above. I like it. It's just cool. It's heavy as fuck. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. I like it.
This does a similar thing to like what Pain Equals Best Friend does on Question Mark, where it's like a totally like super chill song for the first part of it, and then suddenly it very rapidly changes.
Or staring at the sky. Just
staring at the sky too.
Boom.
But staring at the sky already, it's a little bit more aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't like go crazy, but it definitely starts like a bit of a more aggressive tone. This here is just totally this like melodic thing, and you like expect something closer to like, I don't want to do this anymore. It has like a similar feel to that for a while there, and then it just is this amazing switch into a completely different vibe, and it goes so hard. This song is just hard. It goes really hard,
and it kicks off the final half of it so well.
Mm-hmm. It's so good, especially if you don't know what to expect with the song. Because you're like, oh, this is kind of cool, kind of like a vibey song there. Oh, what?
That was how I was. I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of cool. And then, and I was like, fucking way.
So, the interesting thing about how I wrote down my notes for this album is I decided to type them instead of writing them, so I can do it a lot faster. So I was actually typing these out like while listening to the song. So it's like they're basically thoughts occurring as they're happening. And so it starts out, it's just like, okay, I already like the beat. The distant, echoey vocals feel very question mark, and I like that a lot. It feels like one of those songs that you would write after having one of those, like, really, really good cries. And then it just jumps to all caps. Holy shit, the screaming, City Lights vibes. This song just jumped up like 3 points. I like this song. I really, really liked this song. This, I think, was my favorite song off this whole album.
God, you still haven't listened to Skins, have you, Travis?
No, not
Oh
yet.
my god. Oh my god.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I should.
Dude, there are
Every human being it
Let-
should be a
let's see.
requirement from birth.
Yeah, so staring at the sky, 1 minute, like everything else in between is so good. But those ones, if you oh man, yeah. Slipknot was good. I was expecting it to be like a Slipknot song. I'm just saying, Slipknot, and it has Kill Station on it, which I didn't realize. But I really liked this one too. I don't remember a whole bunch of it because I listened to this maybe like 3 times, but it's such a short album that like stuff.
Yeah.
If it doesn't jump at you the first time, you kind of forget about it as you're listening to like the next one, and then it just loops, and so but I did like it. I did enjoy the song. It was a good vibe to have.
Yeah, I like the like older school beat that it uses too, similar to like Infinity off Question Mark, where they both have that kind of like more old school beat. And yeah, X just has a really good delivery on this track here. He flows really well. This trying to cover like the more like lyrical heavy type side, I guess, in a sense. I don't actually pay attention to the lyrics a ton on this song. I don't remember them really, but either way, like his delivery was clearly meant to have more of a focus on his like actual words here because of that old school beat type thing, you know. So
I don't remember
it's
any
a good.
words. I just remember hearing him say Slipknot.
Yeah, I remember the chorus, and that's about it. It's a good song. I mean, it's. I definitely think in terms of everything else on this track list, it blends in kind of. It just like it doesn't have that really strong standout factor. I think Infinity does what this song does better. It's still a good song, but it's. I think it's best as like a part of the album. It needs more gonorrhea. He did not try to catch every disease, so the world don't have no more diseases.
Yeah, and it really showed that he didn't take that extra step for them.
You can really tell there's lack of gonorrhea. There's barely any chlamydia.
I know. You didn't even get the clap. Like.
No.
Did
you just fucking clap?
Maybe. Maybe. I liked Slipknot. It wasn't like super duper good, but I liked the kind of lo-fi like jazz piano sample. I like jazz. The like drums felt very like classic, like West Side, you know, LA inspired like classic rap, you know? So that was kind of cool. I really liked the lyrics because I just really like it when artists will do songs that are like they're talking about, you know, love and stuff, but it's not like romantic love, it's more like family love. Because like I like how he's talking about like his mom and his family and stuff like that.
Fuck his mom.
True.
Yeah.
All that love for her in these, and I'm like, you bitch. You dumb bitch.
He never knew. He didn't.
Oof. Yeah. But yeah, it had kind of like Bohemian Rhapsody vibes, almost kind of that same like vein. I felt like, and I felt like the feature was just kind of like, I don't know. I didn't think it was that great.
It's definitely
I think
the
Kill
weakest
Station
one.
had better performances.
It was definitely the weakest track on the compilation. Young Brat starts off amazing, where he's asking the girl if she wants to lick his dick like a lollipop. I don't remember any other lyrics.
You want to lick a little lollipop?
Yeah. You want to lick on my dick? You want to lick it like a lollipop? You want to lick it like a lollipop?
That's all you remember?
I mean, the heavy ass bass, but I just really
remember
lick it like a lollipop. Like a lollipop.
Kind of makes
like
sense.
A lollipop. Yep, that's
love this song. In my opinion, this song has one of the best beat drops ever because it is like a 20-second build. It was like a 25-second build up, and that the moment that it drops, oh, oh it is just a beautiful thing. That the aggression is the try me my bite, like you just like have to jump like every time that
You have
happens.
to bounce to it. It's like
And also, if you didn't know, this entire song is a diss track.
I can.
It is
tell,
a diss track to.
who.
I don't remember who the guy is, but it's a guy who X literally beat up, like outside of a show. They were performing at the same venue. X went outside. They had a fist fight. X won by a lot. The point in the middle, in between the two verses, is actually him sampling a video of somebody who recorded the fight.
I was wondering what that was sampled from.
Song. I forgot about that.
And I gotta say that is how you've won. If you sample a video of you literally beating a man till he's bloodied, I think you've won.
That's alpha. And that is very
alpha.
Alpha.
You can't see the original art that it was released with because this is on here. But when this was released as a single on SoundCloud, the picture was X smiling over the dude's bloody body, which was also taken from the video.
Oh my gosh!
This was such an aggressive song, and man, it worked.
I mean, I can see where people didn't like him now. just a little bit.
Yeah, it was a heck of a thing there. I love the song though. It's so hard. This is my go-to whenever I need a banger, like consistently. I go to it.
Travis, are you involved with your little fan fiction in the text channel, or do you have time to give your thoughts on?
Oh yeah, very, very, very ragey. This is one of the few songs from this that I had actually heard like several months ago, and it's definitely one of, if not my favorite song on this compilation. I just put in my notes. I would add this to a playlist, but it's already in like 3 of my playlists. Yeah. I would say this is like, very similarly to King, or not King. Very similar to, what was I thinking about?
The question mark song?
I don't know.
4555.
No, I can't remember what I was gonna say. I feel like this very well like encompasses like the sound that he is like really well known for. Like this is like a prime example of like that screamy like rage trap sound that I don't know if like X really invented it, but he's definitely the one who like popularized it and made people like
this sound,
definitely. And like, because this is the kind of track that I feel like is in, or not, maybe not this track specifically, but I feel like this kind of sound is something that's inspiring like a lot of modern rappers like Josiah, Tokyo's Revenge,
Little Darky.
Very much, yeah. It's just like, so yeah, this is like a really good example of just like if somebody's like, oh, well, what kind of music does XXXTENTACION make? This is a very good song to show them because it, I think, encompasses that kind of signature sound that he made. And I honestly could not think of a single negative thing to say about this song.
Rip Roach, I like the beat. I like the parts where they're, rapping and screaming. I do not like listening to a girl moan on loop for 30 seconds.
The amount of times I've gone to like put this on in the car and then I remember that and I'm like, oh, never mind.
It makes me uncomfortable. Like, the song is amazing. The moaning is not.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't understand. I mean, I guess Flex. I mean, Ski Mask is the dude who did a freestyle and had in that freestyle video his homies getting head in the back. I don't know if anybody else remembers that, but
that's pretty amazing.
I watched the video and I was just sitting here like, how is this man keeping a straight face? Like he's going, and you can hear the girl in the background going, like you're hearing that noise going on in the background, and he's just like, I know you're sucking my dick, you ain't doing it. And I'm like, homie, How are
He's
you?
right there. He's right there.
Turn around.
It's right there, dude. It's like you're gonna have to throw away the couch. Dude. He's like,
You know, he like thought of a lyric and was like, I gotta record this before I forget it. And his friend was like, what, you want me to stop? He's like, well,
my question
no,
is, why
I'm
is he in the same room?
I don't know. Rooms are expensive.
Get out!
You want to
Walk
record on
out
the
into
street?
the middle of the street and just like
You get all the
vibe.
traffic sounds?
I mean, that could be atmospheric, as
Atmospheric lo-fi rage rap, okay? Dude, that. Not boy getting thunderclapped in the back and then you're watching, and then as he's in the middle of rapping, you hear him and he's like, yo, y'all good? And he's like, yeah, that was good. And this like little ass white girl just got stretched. And she like, sliding off and like just exhausted. And like his homie's getting dressed and she's just like laying on the floor. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Why is this happening?
Most erotic description of this I think you could possibly make.
I'm turned on right now.
Honestly.
That was a joke. That was a joke. For legal reasons.
I'm just sitting here like, this is so confusing. Why is this happening? And there was like so there's like a 15-second clip, right? And I was like, oh, okay. So obviously he just did like one verse. No, there's like a 2.5-minute version that somebody clipped, and you listen to it, and apparently they were just getting going when he started recording. And then he finished, and he just like kind of turns sideways and like looks at them. And he's like, was that fire? And his homie's like, yeah, that was good. And the girl's just like laying out on the carpet. And he's just like, yeah, homie, that was good. And his homie's dick is just swinging between his legs. I'm like, dude!
Bruh!
This is not hard. This is not. He was.
No, he's very hard.
He was.
He's very.
He was. This ain't gangsta shit, homie. This is weird. This is the same.
Anyways, back to the song.
Maybe that's where the sample came from.
I don't dislike the song. I mean, I do genuinely still like the song. However, I will note I do think of X and Ski's collabs because there's several. I do think this is probably my least favorite of their collabs. Mm-hmm. That sample being most of the reason for that. I also just feel the two just don't feel like they work together as well on this track as they do on like a Take a Step Back. That song, they go perfect together. Here, I don't know. There's just something about it that doesn't.
Are you talking about the what?
I still like this.
XXXTENTACION.
What?
Tarnation.
Yeah.
Take a Step Back. That's Ski's song featuring X.
Oh, I was thinking. Yeah, never mind.
That's a better one too. Like I think any other X and Ski collab is better than this. And it's not bad. Like it's still a good song, but it definitely is an awkward one to listen.
Yeah,
I think this one's best experienced in the car because like the moaning's on like a different volume level. So when you're in the car, it just feels like it goes dead silent, and then the verse. That's the best way to experience the song. If you just pretend that part's not there.
I can't.
Now, whenever anybody that listens to this podcast is going to think, they're just going to think of my description when they think of this song starting. They're just.
But you should do that. It is like a side job, like reading fanfic is a side job.
I probably
add your own details.
Yeah, you should get back on Wattpad and just like
start writing fan fiction.
Head over to fanfiction.net. I'll start typing some numbers in again.
Dude, you know what I'm gonna
send the URL one letter at a time.
Dude, are you getting it? Yeah, dude, I'm right there.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm getting
good fanfic. I'm like,
yeah, give me a minute.
He's like a court clerk just typing super fast. Just
dude, imagine if I made fanfiction about the homie and the girl in the back of Ski Mask thing. That's it. That's the only thing on my Wattpad thing. That's
Do it.
It's the only story.
Do it.
It's mask off.
Mask on my head.
Not that head. I burn rubber.
I love how the the top of my the top of my the top of my notes literally just says, "That is sex noise." And like I was thinking it in that voice when I was writing it down.
Sex noise.
Oh. Gosh.
All right, and so with that, what do y'all give the Revenge? What do y'all give it?
Total?
Yep.
Yeah, overall score.
I'd say 7 or 8 out of 10, maybe 7.5.
Soup.
That's pretty much what I was thinking too. I would probably go for an 8 here myself because I don't think any song's a miss really. There is just like the slight awkwardness of the last song, but it's still a good song other than that. And then of course there's the weirdness with like the hit or miss factor that'll come with Looking for a Star. But like it hit for me eventually, so I was saying 8. For being just a random collection of songs, it does go really well.
I give it probably a 7, solid, just because in comparison to all the other X projects, I went into this realizing that it was an old piece of like music, but I expected more from it, and for the bare bones of what ends up becoming my favorite X projects, I'm gonna give it a 7 from it, just because overall there's only like 1 or 2 songs I would really listen to over again off of it. And now on, I can just hear like Travis cracking his knuckles, like,
"Oh, get ready.
Here we go." All right. So Bad Vibes Forever, for those of y'all that don't know, it is literally the final piece, or like the final album that will ever be released by XXXTentacion. It is his second posthumous album, right? Or third?
Yep, After Skins. After Skins.
Okay. Well, I do know that they also had Members Only, and then they also had
Oh, well, Members Only isn't just his project, though. That's his like group, and there's like fucking like 8 people in it. He's just one member.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's the second and final posthumous album from him, and it has a lot of controversy because X was very picky about what songs went on albums, and
there's not a lot of features if you've ever noticed on most projects.
And there's a lot of features on this one because they were only half finished stuff, because when he didn't like something, he would just fucking delete it.
Yeah, he had a bad habit of doing that.
Which sucks, but also I'm glad he did, because they couldn't milk the fuck out of him like Juice WRLD's about to be just milked.
Honestly,
yeah. Introduction, pretty good. I'm guessing it's just a conversation about with one of his buddies.
It's from his Instagram live.
Oh, okay. So he was talking about, like, you know, wanting to move on from what he did, is what I gathered essentially from it. And people wouldn't.
Yeah, I never, of course, watched him, but I know he always got like real introspective on his Instagram lives. That was like his thing. I think it's not as good of an intro, I feel like, when you compare it to the intros for the previous records. But I think when you're considering that obviously he literally would have had no intro recorded for it here, I think it does a good job as an intro. It has a nice feel to it. Would never listen to it more than once, but you know.
No, I've listened to it
nice.
Maybe twice, maybe 3 times. I know I've listened to it twice, maybe 3 times, just because, you know, I was listening to the full project. But yeah, after listening to, you know, like Question Mark's intro, this don't touch it. This don't even come close. But
I'm like 17's intro.
So I felt really bad. So I didn't know how you felt about it, because I mean, we've dissed on Bad Vibes Forever a few times. But as soon as I heard X Bitch, I went, "Oh damn, I love this."
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude, this is fucking amazing." Oh my god. I
love that song. I just full of fun and that's like what's up?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
This is a fun song. It's just such a fun song. How can you not like this? It's just fun.
Very easily. This song makes me uncomfortable.
Why?
Okay, I guess this is probably just like a subjective, like personal things. I don't like songs that are basically the whole message behind the song is just like, "Hi, have sex with me." Like I just don't like that as like an entire message behind your song. That's
Yes,
just
but he's very persuasive, isn't he?
no. Maybe I don't. I just.
You're telling me this wouldn't swoon you if someone walked up on the street?
Absolutely not. It might swoon someone else.
Dude, I've
It's
never
not
been
gonna
gay a
swoon
day
me.
in my life, but he could fuck me in the ass if he wanted to.
Uh-huh.
Oh gosh, pulling a requeese over here. I even put at the top of the thing, I put it's ironic that like one of the first lines in the song is really make a nem nem uncomfortable because this song makes me uncomfortable. Gosh, because like I also don't like it because like it sounds like it's almost like disguised as like a legitimate love song, and that's just really bizarre to me. And
But
it's
that's
like,
the thing. That's probably what he was intending to do.
That's why it's good, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying that it wasn't intentional, but I just don't like it that much. And also, it's like I don't like how the lyrics they almost sound like baby talk. Like he sounds like he's just like, oh come on, you want to sleep with me? It's just like,
Isn't he talking to
no,
his ex
yeah,
bitch
no,
about it?
you're
Like that's what he's saying. He's like,
you're weird.
isn't that the
Yeah.
whole song? Like he's trying to hit on his ex girl and is like, hey, sleep with me.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
That's what I thought.
Maybe.
It's pretty good.
I like it.
I
I love
just-
the acoustic behind it. It's like so good.
I think that one's fairly popular. I think most people
Yeah.
like
Okay, the instrumentals behind it were great. I just don't like the lyrics.
Yeah, X does go always good over acoustic beats.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ugly. I'm not a fan of this one. Like I'm just
I fucking love this song.
I couldn't stand, and it's weird. I know because like I'm
You
listening
know-
to it, and it feels like my song "Raw" like a little bit, and I was like, oh, I love how Raw sounded. You know how it came out, but this
Mhm.
one I just couldn't get into because it was just so.
I
It sounded like Travis going edited by Daytable.
you know think about it. I guess it does might make a little bit of sense with you because this is a very old X song. This is like from like 2016, I think.
Oh damn! Why would they really went back that far?
Oh yeah, that's just the whole project. It's things from all over the place. Some of these are from like the SoundCloud era. Some of these are from things that like came like right before he died. Like it's all over the place.
Yes,
This
I can
song
hear
is
SoundCloud,
very
I
old.
can hear
From-
17. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think this is from the Ugly EP. I think it was supposed to be with that one, which was a canceled EP. It's also what the cover picture for this album is for. It was a picture he did for the Ugly EP, which he canceled. I believe this was the title track of the Ugly EP. So it is a very old song. I just love it.
I wasn't.
It's one of the, it's really short. I wish it was longer. But it just kind of has like a dark, brooding vibe to it. I like that, like just
Yeah.
like really dark, brooding vibe. It's one of those things like it almost feels like if you were watching something and it's like and the hero's lost, but like they're like actually going to like die, like they didn't just lose. It's just like a hero who's like bleeding out, and it's like, oh.
I will say I would never turn it off, but it's definitely not one that I would go to listen to.
Yeah.
I want to know here one thing about this album real quick. I do have the one I have a playlist that I call Bad Art Serve My Version, which has my favorite songs on it there that I listen to avoid the other ones whenever I hit shuffle, so I don't have to play the ones I don't like. So after we go through this here, I'll tell you what's in the my version.
Oh, okay. I'll say my favorites once we're like all done. So, what did you think,
Yeah.
Travis? I just feel.
This one, I was just kind of impartial to it. Like, I like the vocals. The vocals are mumbly, but like not too mumbly. It's just like just mumbly enough to make it vibey without it being like annoying, you know. And it is shorter, but I feel like that sort of made the album feel like more of a project instead of just like a collection of songs, like an EP, kind of like an interlude might do. Like it might not be a song that you go to listen to by itself, but if you're listening to the album as a whole, it kind of helps like tie everything together. So
It is a bit
Wasn't my
weird having
favorite,
interlude
but,
with the second
yeah.
song.
I mean, yeah, but it's like you know. So it's like it wasn't my favorite, but it was all right.
Bad Vibes Forever, I fucking love.
We
I
all
like-
have to like this. I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, there's no
Yeah.
way you don't like this.
God. I was
Yeah.
literally, Travis, if you said you didn't, I was gonna drive over to your fucking house and just like stick my fist through your window and kill you. Like I was gonna get so mad. That guitar is, oh my god, the singing and oh my god.
I love the guitar. I love the vocals.
Everybody
I like
brought
the
their
way.
A game on here.
hmm I liked. I especially liked. Like this is just a personal thing. I really, really like it when artists will do this. But the way that the like all the music would just like cut out for a split second to where
Yes.
it would just be the vocals coming through. I love that. I love it when artists do that. It's such like a cool effect.
It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
this is one of those you always sing along to it when it's in the car.
Oh,
It
yeah.
goes so hard singing along in the car.
I
I love this song. Funny thing I want to say about this song, P&B Rock on this song sounds so much like he's trying to sound like X that I actually for the longest time I was like, man, I wonder what P&B Rock does on this song. Because it's like it's X and then it's trippy and it's X and X again, and then I was like, what the fuck is P&B Rock going? I was like, I see on the beach. I like it wasn't until I read the lyrics and
This
saw that
how-
it said P&B Rock. I was like, oh wait, what?
That's how I felt with that one song on Fuck Love Savage with Juice World, where I was like,
It's like wait, that
when does
wasn't
Leroy come in? When does Kid Leroy come in? I thought this was his song. All I hear is Juice.
That's how I felt with this song. But I
Um,
love this song. One of Trippy's best performances. I love Trippy on here.
I'm trying to remember which song it is, but there's one song on here that literally I thought it was Without You by Kid Leroy. I don't think it was Bad Vibes. Maybe it was. Maybe it was before. I don't remember. There was one that I was just like, I almost started going, you cut out a piece of, like I started singing along, and then it like was X, and I was
Like, wait
like,
a minute.
huh?
Wait a minute, hold on.
You know what? Do you guys know the one I'm talking about?
No.
No.
No, it's not that one. Hang on. Nope, not that one.
He's going through the entire album, isn't he?
Triumph. That's what we'll talk about that when we get there.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
the spoiler.
I
School
like
shooters.
Triumph.
School shoot. Huh?
What?
What'd you say?
I just said I like Triumph.
Oh, I thought you said I don't, and I was like,
Like,
huh?
No, 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 no. How do you not like Triumph?
Okay.
Triumph is a good song.
So school shooters. I like this one. I don't know how often I would listen to it, but the part that got me like sold on the song was the ending scream part. I was like, that's dope. Lil Wayne popped off. Like he popped off. And it didn't sound like he had as much autotune as normal, which was weird. Which was really weird. But I really liked this song. It was really dark and eerie, and it was just
Yeah.
even Mal was like, I like it. It's very scary, but I like it.
Yeah.
we actually reached the first song I don't really like a ton. I don't dislike it necessarily.
Mhm.
But my problem with this song is Lil Wayne because he's good here, but he feels so out of place next to everything X did on the song. It's just like it does not blend well for me. If it was just like Lil Wayne doing this whole song, it would be a good song. If it was just X doing the whole song, it'd be a good song. But the blending of the two does not feel like they go well together to me. I don't like how they mesh. It's like two completely different tones, and I don't really like that there, which is a shame because I love X's delivery on that chorus. That like the way he's doing his voice, there's a really unique way to like stretch his vocals, and I think it's done really well. But I don't like the way they go together. I wouldn't turn it off, but I don't play this song ever.
Yeah. Well,
Travis?
I'll just say I really like the beat on it. I like the edgy like whisper rap that X does for his bits. I just like it when rappers like whisper. Like that's like one of my like rap kinks or whatever. I really like it when they do that.
Rap
I
king.
can't hear
And don't tell Spicy. And the other vocals aren't like they're not what I would have expected, but I think they do like lend to the vibe that he was going for the song as a whole. Because has a very interesting aesthetic. And like even if you don't like the rest of the song, like I think they did what they were trying to do, and they did it fairly flawlessly.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked Lil Wayne's part where he said, talk about grades, I don't give an F. I was like, ooh, that's nice little wordplay right there. I like that.
Bars.
Like, what do you expect? You expect
Sucker for wordplay.
Yeah. I changed her life. When I heard Maybach music, I went, hold up, what? And then I heard her start rapping. I was like, I love this. Because I have not found a song with Rick Ross on it yet that I don't not like. And I really like this one. This one it felt like I should be drinking champagne. I don't know how else to describe it.
It really is Maybach music.
Yeah. I felt like I should be drinking champagne. Like, when he started rapping, I was like, oh, dude, I need to be, like, having a nice glass of something. Like, this is nice.
Yeah, this is... I'm not driving the Maybach. I'm being driven in the Maybach.
Yeah. I'm in the back seat chilling with a glass.
As you probably tell, I love this song here.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things, like, this is one where the two artists, I think, mesh really well, because X has a super upbeat tone, and Rick Ross, like, matches the tone really well, but even though he has, like, such a different voice, he really matches it there, and I just love the chorus. Like, this chorus is super catchy. It has really, like, it's an odd beat, too. Like, it's not, like, a really weird beat, but it's not what you would expect for an X song, and it's done really well. It's done really well, and also, anything with that Maybach music tag tends to go hard. That's such a good tag.
Yeah, Maybach music, and then boom, 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 boom. Yeah, like I like it. Travis hates it.
He's in the majority opinion on that one. If you didn't know, the song's not.
Yay! I don't know. Like, I like Rick Ross. You know, I love Purple Lamborghini. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like he really fit with this song.
Really?
Like, I'm kind of the opposite of what's up. I don't think that they really mesh together that well.
I thought it was like a dad and son kind of vibe for me.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just had, like, the wrong idea going into the song because of, like, what the message seemed to be, but I don't know. He doesn't seem like the type of artist that you would feature on a song like this. I don't know.
See,
and like
there is
Go ahead.
There is like a lyrical clash here, because X is going over here like clearly like if X had got to finish the song, it would have been like a braggadocious song there. From the chorus, but then like Rick Ross is more of like a memorial. But it's still, to me, it still keeps that like successful thing. But it's like I know I'm successful, but it's like like I can't wait to like see everybody who has been lost along the way. And so I feel like it actually does go really well. And especially, of course, in the context of X being dead, I think that really adds a lot to Rick Ross's verse, too, because I think Rick Ross is the only person on here who really wrote to the fact that X was dead and that this verse came after. Because most of the other people, like, try to hide it, I think, and try to be like, oh, yeah, we were, like, collabing here. Like, this one, like, no, it's very clearly, he's like, it's like, like, man, like, you got those wings, you be up there. It's like, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we got Try.
Okay.
Do you have more? Do you have a lot more?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, because of the fact that their vocals or their lyric content like clashes so much, I almost feel like it almost makes it feel like they didn't really like know what they wanted or like what they were going for with the song,
Yeah, this wasn't going to be a
fair.
It feels like he really didn't have very good communication. Well, he's fucking dead, so.
I just don't feel
The Ouija board, they cannot
seriously though, like
transmit MP3 files. That was the problem.
That would be awesome.
Rick Ross was trying real hard to like get the message across to him, and like it actually just wasn't giving.
X just like
plug an aux cord into a Ouija board.
Hey, dude, do you think this is fire? Yeah, it's like
moving the triangle across.
It's like it's like MIDI notes that like X is guiding Rick Ross to use.
And I bet Beethoven thought it was hard for him to make music being deaf.
You just try making music being dead.
But yeah, and then the other thing I was gonna mention is it felt a little bit too short, you know, and it was like it kind of had that thing where it was like it kind of had the same problem as Kid Laroi in the sense that like the songs weren't short in and of themselves, but they just felt kind of rushed. This one felt like it ended before it was supposed to almost. I don't know. That might just be me.
I do wish there was another verse, obviously, preferably an X one, but I think it was the case of it's like, if they had put either another Rick Ross verse or another feature, I wouldn't have liked the song because it would be not nearly enough X to be on this album, which is the problem I have with the song. So I see why they like settled for what they had here, because clearly X only had a chorus for the song. So I think this is kind of they did the best with what they had for this one here, because I think any other verses, although it would have made it a fuller song, it wouldn't be an X song.
Yeah, that makes sense. That I think saves it definitely a few points. I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea that this album was postmortem.
Oh.
Yeah, this album came out 2 years after he
died.
Okay,
I didn't. Communication between them. He's fucking dead.
I didn't know that. I know there's several like notes I have in here for different songs where it's like, why isn't X in it more? And it makes sense now.
They just like take it like before he dies. They just like blow air into his vocal cords at certain levels.
Oh,
like they're trying to.
Gosh, like what they did with that freaking mummy, where they like 3D printed his throat. And they like pushed the air through it, and it sounded like DJ Ride.
I really don't think that would work in that case, considering where it was shot.
Oh no!
Oh, good.
Okay, well, moving on to Triumph, which X did not
succeed
in.
I love this song.
I love this. You've played it.
It's like my third most played song of last year.
You've played it for me before, because I remember it, and I was like,
I know I have because I love it.
I love this song.
Yeah.
It's so peaceful.
Yeah.
Like this song is just calming and just nice.
If you went from SoundCloud, like take a guy from like 2016 who's like a huge X fan with like all his loud rap thing, and you drop
Hey yo, listen to this.
And you played him.
Bro, you gotta check this out.
If you played him this song, like while X is doing all the SoundCloud
like,
stuff,
what is this?
He would be like, "What the fuck is this?" It's like, that's X, and it's like, no, it's not. It's really not.
No, he'd be sitting there. He'd be like, "When's the beat gonna drop?"
Yeah, exactly.
When's the beat gonna drop? Where's the beat switch?
This is the beat. What you talking about? Where's the moans? I need the you know? Where's that?
I love the guitar on this song.
Oh yeah, but this is
it is just such.
I could tell that Kid Laroi or whoever made the beat for Without You listened to this song a lot. It sounds eerily similar to Without You, or Without You sounds eerily similar to this. And I was like listening, I was like, oh, this is good. And I was like, when did I cue Kid Laroi? And I just go, you do it out. And then I hear X singing, I'm like, huh?
What?
What the fuck? Yeah.
I beg your, huh?
Yeah, I like it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a lot with. It's so
Whose
much
turn
is so
is it?
weird.
It's yours.
Okay. The acoustic, I love acoustic music in general, but I especially love like 90% of X's acoustic stuff. The lyrics hit freaking hard, dude. Like that was the few songs off this album that I did in fact enjoy, and even some of the songs that I didn't enjoy, like the lyrical content on this album is just absolutely phenomenal. And especially on this song, like, and I noticed like there were several parts where like I would just kind of listening to his voice, and it's like you can tell he like poured himself into this song. Like this was a song that he wrote with a lot of emotion, you know. And then also just one little thing that I put in towards the end, the little like I don't know exactly what to call them, but just like the little bits of like digital stuff kind of towards the end of the song. I really liked how he integrated that. I think it like I always think it's really cool when artists will take like a primarily acoustic song and like integrate more electronic stuff into it to kind of enhance it, but it's like they don't do it so much that the more electronic stuff like kind of hours
Hmm.
the acoustic bits. But I think it blended really really nicely in this one, which is really hard to pull off. So I think that's really cool.
It's it's just such a good song. Also, we have to note the absolute cardinal sin of the fact that Chase Flashard's got a music video and this song didn't.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
that's totally fucked.
So we're getting into the part where a lot of my like where I kind of started falling off the album. There's still a few songs. There's still like a couple songs, but this is where I kind of fell off.
We're getting close to the bad part.
Yeah, so I'm like I started to fall off.
We're getting close to the bad
I'm looking at the
vibes.
time and I'm like, man, we're already at an hour. So,
Ooh,
yeah,
It's
let's
a long
go.
album,
Let's
though.
do it.
that's true.
Limbo.
So what'd you say? Oh, Limbo. Yeah, I fucking love this song. Like chills.
I love Limbo.
It,
I
it
love
gets
Limbo
me.
so
And I
much.
didn't realize Kill Station was on Revenge, which is what I'm saying. He killed it on here. Like his vocal performance.
Irony.
Irony. He. I love this, and I like how X's part is soft, and X is
Yeah.
allowed to kind of do more singing and talking more than anything, and so like the brunt of like the heavy singing and everything is put on Kill Station, like the part where it's like what is it, lay me down, where with the windows open in the dead man's house.
Yeah.
That's poetic. Like the entire thing, like for those that don't know, I have synesthesia, and so I'm listening to the song and it's like bright white blue. Like it's just everything. And I'm like seeing an outline of the house and like the window open, like my synesthesia just had like it like blowing the color through. Like it was beautiful. I love this song so much.
It's
What's up? You want to go next?
Yep.
So.
it's great. I don't have a lot to say. I think Michael said anything that I could
All
say
right.
better. So
That works.
it's really good.
Mm. Yeah. So this is. I'm trying to decide. Is this song and one other one that are like tied for my favorite song on this entire album, but I'm tempted to say it's this one. I really, really like how it's almost got like a rustic kind of feel to it, which I really, really like. And I like how it's kind of less connected, I guess. I don't know. Like it's more, the lyrics are a lot more poetic than like a lot of X's other stuff, which tends to be very like grounded in reality, and he's just kind of saying stuff that's like
Dark as fuck.
like stuff that's actually happening. Exactly. And I like that this one is a little bit more like whimsical, I guess.
Mhm.
Like it's just kind of like painting like I can never remember what movie this is from, but there's this one there's some like kung fu movie or something where they're talking about different art forms, and they're talking about poetry, and it says the poet that paints pictures with words. And I love that analogy, and I think it fits really well here, because it's like, even if the words, if you're trying to find like an actual meaning behind them, they don't make a whole lot of sense. But if you just kind of like let them paint that mental image, it really, really works. And I think that's really beautiful. Also, Kill Station's vocals are like S tier. A lot of the features that were on this album, I just really didn't like the way that their vocals sounded, but Kill Stations was just one that was like, okay, no, I really, really like this. Um, but I love the beat. I love the vocals. I love how it like kind of changes between Kill Station's part and X's part, because like you were saying, like X's part is a lot calmer, and I think that's actually like it's a very different vibe than Kill Station's part, but it still fits and like blends with the rest of the song in a way that it feels natural still, and it still feels like it belongs there, and that's extremely difficult to pull off, I know. But yeah, I love the like the glitch effects on the vocals also.
Hmm.
And I before I even like finished listening this song, I added it to two different playlists.
I've listened to this probably like
I
7 or 8
love Limbo.
times already. So
It, this song is so impressive that this is a posthumous collab. Like,
yeah, it
Mm,
feels like they work together closely.
uh-huh.
yeah.
Like it's a really good song.
And we still got Glass Shards getting a music video, not this one. You know.
Yeah. That,
Next track is Before I Realize. I can tell that this is from the What Are You So Afraid Of era. It's
which
very,
has
what?
that's pretty good era.
Yeah,
That's pretty good era.
yeah, I like it. I don't like it as much as
Okay. Oh wow, I didn't expect you to.
uh, I like it. It's not something I would go back and listen to over and over again, but I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it, and I wouldn't turn it off if it came up. But it's not one that I like seek out, you know.
Hmm.
I like this song in the same way I like Ugly. I like it. It's a short, concise, moody, brooding track. It's something that I really just like this one here. I see it. It's definitely not something like I play in the car, but like this is like the type of song that I'll throw on and just like a background music type thing. Like I'm scrolling through Twitter on my bed and it's late at night. This is the type of song that goes on. That just nice brooding feeling to it. I love it. I'm very surprised that you don't like Ugly, but you like this one because I feel they're very similar personally.
Mm. Travis.
Well, I really like the instrumentals. The riff that he does is just like it's eerie, and I really like that. Um, and I almost feel like the vocals do kind of clash with the instrumentals, but they clash in a good way, if that makes sense. Like uh,
Yeah,
it kind of it feels a little bit out of place, but like that, it's kind of like School
yeah.
Streeter. Like it lends to the vibe that he's trying to
Mm-hmm.
set. Like they're supposed to sound like just a little bit off to just kind of give it that kind of weird, creepy, like you know. Um, and this is one that I actually feel like is uh like it's kind of the opposite of that Kid Leroy syndrome, because this is a song that's actually quite a bit shorter, but like it doesn't feel rushed at all. Like it feels like it's the exact
Hmm.
length that it should be, you know?
Yeah.
And then just a finishing note, this song has like a dead man walking vibe
Oh yeah.
almost. Like dude going to be like executed. Like he's he's walking past the
That's
gallows
how
on the way to just like
the first time
gosh,
I
it's
heard
so
this, I
cool.
thought Western. That beat, like, it's just something about that.
Yeah, yeah.
It
I
is
can totally see
totally,
that.
it's totally some Wild West town where someone's about to get hung. Like, that's how this feels. It's the end of a movie, you know?
Yeah. It's like some
And
John
also,
Wayne, Clint Eastwood stuff going on.
I totally get what you mean with the vocals, because if you put, like, the same, maybe make them a little cheerier sounding, but, like, you can say the exact same thing on a happier beat, and it's going to sound like it makes sense as a happy song.
Yeah.
But you put them on the beat here, and there is that weirdness where it's like
Mm-hmm.
these lyrics are almost happier than they should be, considering
Mm-hmm.
how dark the beat is. You
They're like
expect
Yeah.
like a murder.
unsettlingly, yeah. It's like they're like
Uh
sickeningly sweet. Like there's just,
huh.
it's too good, you know. No.
Yeah, I love it. Great.
I
So it's
really,
like not one of my favorite songs, but I think they did something really cool with it.
I really like Ecstasy. Like that drop came in, and I wasn't expecting it at all. Also, I had to look it up to see it is Miley Cyrus's younger sister. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, they were friends.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Oh. The... Okay, story time. I looked at the little thing on Spotify, where right under the song title, it shows like the artist and any features that it had, and it said Noah Cyrus. I was thinking, I don't know why I was thinking Billy Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus is the dad.
Yeah, I was thinking Billy Ray Cyrus. And so when I hear this girl start singing, I was like, who is this? Where's Billy? I was thinking this was gonna be like some Old Town Road crap or something. I don't even know. But oh gosh,
I like it. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I enjoyed it. Mainly because I know that Travis is going to talk about each song for about 5 to 10 minutes a piece. So
you're welcome. This is content.
We're over an hour.
That's a good thing.
We're not trying to do a year-end finale.
It's a long album.
True.
All right, I'll only do like my top priority notes.
This is the point where the downhill portion starts for me. I just listened to it again. I haven't listened to the song since the literal first time I heard this album.
Yeah.
So today was the first time I've re-listened to it. I didn't hate it as much as I hated it the first time. Like it was torture the first time I listened to it. But I still definitely don't like it. It's just off. I don't even know why. I just don't really like this song. I think part of it too is that, from my understanding here, so this song is actually already like an old X song, X's part, that had a different feature on it. That was also a girl, and that song got taken down for copyright reasons, I believe, a long time ago. Like the song is, I think, from like 2017. And that old song got taken down for copyright, and so then they put a new verse along with X part on it here. So this wasn't the original feature, and I don't like the original feature either. So I just don't like the song.
I feel like this is one of the only songs that I actually gave like a decimal score. I gave it 5.5 out of 10 because I just genuinely cannot decide if I like this song or not. I feel like I like X's part and I like Noah's part. I just don't really like them together, really.
I agree.
But I really, really like X's parts. I like how it's more just kind of like the talking style of rapping. Like it almost sounds like a spoken word poetry kind of thing. And I really like that. Like it flows really good. It feels natural, yet it's still kind of like unconventional, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And I almost felt like Noah's, like, she wasn't bad, but I feel like since her vocals were kind of a bit more big and out there, I feel like she kind of almost overshadowed X a little bit because his vocals were a lot more subtle, and I didn't really like that.
I feel like it was a good transition considering the song title's name is Ecstasy, where it's like, yeah, he's kind of like, the darker part of it, and then all of a sudden it just explodes with Noah's part. I thought that was a cool contrast. Given who knows how it would have been if X and her had worked together on the song while he was alive, how it would have come out. But I do like Kill My Vibe though. The next song, Kill My Vibe, I do like that.
Oh my
Anderson
gosh.
Paak, it had an Anderson .Paak feel, like with the dude's vocals, Tom G, and
I got words for this song.
Oh God. Okay.
I do too.
So y'all have at it.
I don't have a ton to say here, so I'll go first. This song is such pain to me because I love the beat. I love X's part. I hate this feature with the passion.
Same.
This feature is
Same.
horrible.
Oh my gosh.
It's a 0 out of 10 feature. This feature ruins the song. It's not often that I will say a feature ruins the song. It completely ruins the song. If literally this song was just, which I've actually listened to it because it's on YouTube where people have edited out there, and it's literally just the like 25 seconds of X. Yeah, if it was just, I wish it was just 25 seconds of X. Like that's all I want.
That could have been like an interlude, and it would have been perfect.
Yeah. I hate this feature. This feature kills the song completely.
Yeah, I like Tom G. He's the one killing my vibe, honestly.
Tom G, stop.
Tom G kills my vibe. He sounds like Yondu smoked 30-pack of cigarettes and then had like a gay anal baby with Merle Dixon, and then like that baby
Damn, you hate
sang
him.
this song.
You hate him.
I don't like him. I don't like his. It's no.
like
He
him.
sounds like lung cancer.
Well, yeah, he sounds like
Yeah,
lung cancer, but it's like
bad.
a cool vibe. I like it.
No, it's not.
X's part is so good on here. Like, it's one of X's like
Yeah.
best choruses in my opinion. And then
Like-
you have this other person.
Yeah. X carried the little bit of this song that he carried, and I hate that Tom G like hogged so he hogged like all the verses, and I
Yeah.
hate that.
If X had one verse on the song, I probably wouldn't hate it. But this guy got 2 verses. They didn't give Rick Ross 2 verses on his song, but they gave this random guy here 2 whole verses.
You got 2 whole verses, and neither of them were good.
It's bad.
All right.
It's bad.
Well, I think we can agree on. I don't have many words for the next lot of songs. Right. Hot Yell. I don't
Bad.
like. It's bad.
No.
Somebody saw how popular I Don't Speak Spanish Law is and tried to like do
And
something
then they
with
got
that.
Tory Lanez
That's
to come
literally
in
what I said.
because they needed
Yeah.
Mhm.
they needed somebody short that had a big ego to hop on it, and then
They
he
really
fucked
wanted
it up.
to shoot themselves in the foot, and they knew how good he is.
They really wanted to make a Kika type song from 6ix9ine's Dummy Boy, but they wanted to make it for X, but then fucked it up.
It's bad. This song doesn't work.
No.
Yeah, I literally I thought it was gonna be like I don't speak Spanish, and I got really excited for a second, and then I was just so disappointed.
You got blue balled.
And then you're like, man, maybe I should go to Duolingo and learn Spanish. That'd be more.
Exactly.
Maybe I do know Spanish, lol.
It doesn't sound like a style that X is really comfortable with. It doesn't sound like a beat that he would make.
It,
Yeah, it's
like,
bad.
It wasn't. I don't know. Like it wasn't like
sounded
bad,
like
bad, but it just
Spanish
wasn't
rappers.
good. It
sounded
wasn't
like
good.
Mariachi bands.
Yeah,
That
sounded like
decided
freaking.
they were going to do EDM
Ta-
because they lost their Congo player.
it's not good.
No, it's not. The only time I feel alive, I don't even remember this song.
This one's another one where I consider it kind of a shame. It's not as bad as Kill My Vibe in a sense. I do like X's part on here. Not enough. I like X's part. I don't hate the feature like I do with Kill My Vibe, but it's not a good feature either. And X's part isn't good enough to make me want to come back to it. I think if X's part was better, I would still come back to it regardless of the feature. But it's also, I think there's a lot of edgy songs on here, and a lot of them work. I think this one doesn't quite work out of the edgy song.
Yeah.
Just something missing.
It was very it was mumbly, but this is a good example of one of the songs where it's mumbly, but they kind of took it a little bit too far. It's a little bit too mumbly because it's okay, you passed cool edgy mumbly, and now I just can't understand what you're saying, and it's really annoying.
But it's the only time they feel alive.
Oh, that's a good lyric. The only time I feel alive is only when I die.
I don't care.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. The beat
That sounds like a filler bar. It's like a filler bar, but they made it the whole chorus.
The beat, it feels almost like it was trying to be something like Before I Realize. It felt like it was trying to be that cool creepy vibe, but it didn't really pull it off, so it was just bad. And then the feature was pointless. It didn't really add anything. It was okay, but it was just
Oh yeah, I didn't like this song.
Why?
I just listened to a clip. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't like
why?
it. I try to be quiet, yeah. I try to be quiet, yeah. Dude, nobody cares. Be quiet then.
Yeah.
Please.
Honestly, though, when it transitioned to the part where it was just guitar acoustic, that actually sounded better. And I feel like they should have made the entire song that. Yeah. Make it almost a bit more like Triumph, where it's primarily acoustic, and then just that kind of little bits and pieces and more electronic stuff, just kind of fill in the gaps make it sound cool, make it pop, you know.
The
Yeah,
interlude-
all in all, yeah.
No, it was not good. The interlude that never ends wasn't bad.
Cap.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It ended.
But I mean, it was a decent interlude. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it was a decent interlude.
That's the only joke that I have is that it's
I only have 2 comments for the song here. One is whenever we get to another song, there's actually a funny story with the name of this song, because this song wasn't originally called this, and there's actually another song on here that was called The Interlude That Never Ends, and it was called that for years, and then they just changed the song title and called this one The Interlude That Never Ends, even though that wasn't what it was called. It's weird. And the other thing is, I'm not a huge fan of this one. I don't hate it, although I've never heard the original version, but I know that I've seen consistently that fans say the label butchered this version and that the original's way better. I've
It's
never
not surprising.
heard the original.
Labels do that, except for you, Michael.
Thank you.
So
Uh,
yeah, there's not a lot here.
Damon's I did like. I like the really emotional part of like the rapping and stuff. That was really cool. That was a different transition for it. But overall, aside from like Joey Badass's verse, I don't really remember much of it. Actually, I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna like go through like this final chunk and just like so that way I don't interrupt for it. Damon's Joey Badass was good. That's about it. Attention, I don't really remember. Eat It Up, again, don't really remember. Voss, I don't know how many times I have to hear the word Voss water pop up in a song. And then Royalty, it was good. I like the style thing, but it wasn't my favorite. But then past there is when I actually enjoyed it. So I'm gonna stop there. But yeah, these next like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs are just for me.
Mm-hmm. Same. I had
me,
one. Or yeah, you go first.
I would say with Damon's, this song is an X song. It's Kimba's song. Kimba owns this song in my mind. I go to this song and I want to listen to that guy. Never listen to anything else by him, but he is about 90 times better than Joey Badass and X on this song. You want to hear Joey Badass and X, go listen to Infinity. Here is where you go when you want to listen to Kimba. Kimba
Was he the
pops
dude that
off
was
with his
rapping at the
storytelling.
very end? Was that
Yeah.
the storytelling? Oh, okay. Then yeah, it's Kimba that I liked.
Yeah,
Kimba was the one.
he owns this song. He like literally, I don't know what the other two were doing. This is Kimba's song. X has the excuse of being dead. I don't know what Joey Badass was doing. But Kimba owns this one. This is his song. He does really good storytelling on here.
I like Kimba.
Attention is my 4th most played song of last year. I adore Attention. Attention was like my favorite song on my first listen of this album. I love this song. I love the I just love like the little lines. There's so many like funny wordplay like "Shorty, I'm an asshole," like Charlemagne. Like that's the best way to take a shot at somebody.
Yeah.
I love that. I love this song. It's a good banger for me. I'd listen to this all the time when I want a banger. It's a unique banger. I liked it there. Eat It Up is not good.
Yeah, the first line is "Shorty got big boobies. I'm gonna eat it up." Shut the fuck up.
Voss, I will explain the reason Voss is on here because that's actually an interesting thing. I don't think the song's very good. Voss was not X's song. This was a song that X was featured on that was taken off of the person whose album it was on and was put on here. Now, the reason for that is that this is the last song that was released that had X on it while X was alive. Literally, this song with an X feature came out like 2 days before X died. And after X died, they took it off the other guy's album. I guess the label bought it from that guy, and then they put it on here.
Jeez.
So I think it's fine if you take it as an X feature. I think it's fine. I don't think the song's stellar still, but I think it's fine then. I don't like how they did that, though, where they just literally took it from someone else's album when X literally recorded it for that guy's album.
Yeah, that was shitty.
Royalty, I hate. I detest the song. It was the lead single to this album. I don't know why. I have no idea. Of every song they could have picked, they chose Royalty to be the lead single. It's bad. I hate the song. I kind of like X's part. I don't like anybody else in the song. No. I don't want to stop.
All right, my turn. For Damon, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Damon's.
I just made a cheap gag where I said Damon Hunter? Is that you?
Call back.
Is that where you got that from?
Nope.
Huh. They copied you.
Yeah, they did. 2017, Michael.
Yeah.
They copied me.
Uh-huh. So yeah, this was one of the ones where it's like, okay, again, with the unnecessary features, they just don't really feel
Yeah,
needed.
X
They
and
don't
Joey
really
shouldn't
fit
have
very
been on
well. Yeah. The beat isn't bad, but it kind of lacked variation and kind of starts to grate on you towards the end of the song because it's just kind of the same thing over and over and over again, and it's like it doesn't shake it up like at all, and it just gets really repetitive. And I spent like the entire song just waiting for X's part, and I honestly don't even think
It's
I
the
caught
first
it.
part.
Like, okay, yeah, then I missed it. I guess I missed it because I was just like, when is X gonna come in? And he never
Oh,
did.
actually,
He
one other
never
thing
did.
I actually want to say real quick here, another fact about that there, X's verse is not recorded from the song. It's taken from an old X song.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
It's
that's
literally not, it
awful.
wasn't from this at all. It's actually kind of funny because they actually censored one of the lyrics on here that
I
is not
heard
censored on
that.
the original version, which is funny.
I don't know what it was, but
It's so stupid. It's the original lines like if there's a fucking god, I want to like slit his throat and feed his organs to the children. And they censored the word God, and I was like, I mean,
Why?
everything
I don't know.
of everything to censor on that song.
Because you realize the part before that was him saying he's gonna hang Jesus with his belt. Like, I was like, I don't see how this is any worse than that.
Gosh. Okay.
Now I understand why he's praying so much in question.
Yeah, that was his 2017 music.
He's
Was
like,
that?
I messed up. I'm sorry.
so sorry, God.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
I was just trying to be edgy. I was trying to be a Damon. Attention. The beat feels a little bit more like something that X would make. But I'm not really a huge fan of the chords and melodies that he used, and that kind of goes for the whole like album. A lot of the beats, like I get that a lot of it is very like experimental and probably just like them just kind of playing around to see what works and what doesn't, but it really doesn't work in my opinion. And Attention especially like gets pretty boring, especially towards the halfway point. And like I was expecting it to be heavier because like the title is in all caps with an exclamation point. I was expecting something heavier. Like I was
No, it's gonna
expecting
be in
something
the
a little
same
bit
vein as,
more
like, sad and
screamy
bad
and like hype. But no, it was just kind of like,
Okay,
That's dope.
I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain it to you. If it's
okay.
all caps, usually it's gonna go hard. But if it's all caps with a exclamation point at the end, it's gonna be in the same vein as sad.
Yeah, sad, bad, Attention.
Yeah,
All right.
that's gonna be the vibe. He's very particular with what he capitalizes.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that makes sense if that's part of his brand. Eat It Up. I don't want to. I don't want to eat it up.
I don't want
The beginning, I got blueballed again because the beginning has Floor 555 vibes, and I was very, very disappointed that it was nothing like that.
Oh, yeah,
It had-
that's a rhythm. Yeah.
It had Ronnie. Ronnie produced it,
Oh my god!
and it's still
Ronnie.
bad.
She's got the big boobies. I'm gonna eat them up. Oh!
Yeah, honestly, like, I also just I put another one of those little voice inclinations that just said, "Ha! Exit boobies." I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Because like you don't hear that a whole lot in rap. They usually use a different word, but it's just like I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Yeah, exactly. He's like boobies. And I get that the vocals in it were supposed to sound more like they were in like a mocking tone, but it just like it feels like too much to me. Also, it would not kill him to like enunciate a tiny bit. It took me like 10 solid seconds of like listening to the chorus to realize that the chorus was actually him saying "eat it up" and not just "eat it." And it's just like, what is happening? Voss was a lot of very in the moment notes that I took down. What even is this? What is this? What are these features? What the
His
fuck?
diamonds are
Why?
water like both.
I don't like this song. I'm not even halfway through and I want to skip. Update, I skipped. I just skipped the song.
But his
'cause I was just
diamonds
like,
were water like Voss. Didn't you hear him?
what does that even mean?
Well,
Voss
Voss is a water brand.
bougie water.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that
It's
because
like
I'm poor.
hyper expensive and it tastes normal.
You could say like
Oh,
your
so
diamonds
it's like
water like
Fiji
Dasani,
water,
but it doesn't
except
roll off the tongue.
it's like Fiji water, except Fiji water actually tastes different and tastes good.
Voss comes in glass.
It probably doesn't
bottles.
taste any different. It's just like when you're rich and like you have
Yeah,
to show off your
you want
water.
to flex your like rice gum. You have to like
This is
let
this
people know,
fucking
hey, I'm
blue-ass
rich.
Water. Tyler the Creator type beat.
It's like people dying of
Ugh.
dehydration.
Create
Not a
Tyler.
problem.
No.
I got Voss.
I got Voss.
No,
You
what's
just
it?
sprayed on the poor people.
Create Tyler.
Um,
Create Tyler. Yeah, Create Tyler type beat. It's just
Yeah.
blue-ass water. Yeah.
Royalty again with the features that
Bleh.
nobody asked for. They don't
Bleh.
fit at all. If it were one or two songs, this is just a problem that I have with the album as a whole, and it does make sense now that now that I know that it's a postmortem album. But it's like, it still just makes it
It's
so
too
much
much.
worse.
It's too much.
It's too much. I feel like if it was one or two songs in the album, it'd be fine. That's a normal amount of features to have on an album. But with this many, it's like I'm hearing other people sing more than I'm hearing X sing, and that's not what I want when I'm listening to an X album. Like, and honestly, like when you do that, when you make it more other people, it almost sounds more like a marketing stunt than like an actual album that somebody put like work and passion into. Almost like an Owl City thing, you know, where it's like he just did a ton of collabs with other people just to get his name out. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But the way that this album did it, it's just like, hey, can I actually like listen to X sing? Like that's the whole reason I'm listening to this album for. But yeah, Royalty, hate the song, hate the chorus, and I skipped it. I skipped it again,
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
halfway through, because like it's not even an X song at this point.
Yeah, but then we go to really good song now though.
Yeah, belongs to Captain
Okay.
Jamaica or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah. Wanna grow
This one.
Oh,
Is this the one that you cried?
my
on?
gosh.
Is this the one you cried on?
every time I cry.
Okay, I sent this to
cry
Mal.
every
I sent this to
fucking
Mal
time.
because it's so sad and beautiful about the fact that he wants, just the fact that he says, "I want to grow old."
Hurt. It hurts so bad. Like, yeah. This song would not hurt half as bad if he hadn't died. And that's what makes it so painful. Like, Triumph in conjunction with this, it's like the dude found a girl he loved, had a kid, and he's like, man, my life's good. I want to grow old. I want to live a full life, and fucking dies over a Louis bag. Like, it hurts so bad. This song is so beautiful. I don't know who Jamie Levy is outside of this, but he had a beautiful verse.
He did.
Oh, heck yeah.
Insanely beautiful.
Out of all the like features on this song, this was the best, hands down.
It's so perfect. This song is perfect. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. Mal loved it too. That's what she was like. I'm gonna listen to this album, and I was like, I love this one. Again, it's from that era of What Are You So Afraid of? It's from that same era.
It's so fun.
I wish we had an X acoustic style album. I wish we had gotten one of those. It would have been beautiful. Heart Eater, I like that one.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard you and him talking. I didn't realize that you. Okay, what were you saying?
Yeah, I said one
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. So, one thing I'll say, this sounds like an X song. This sounds like a song that he wrote, he poured his heart into. This was not some studio executive being like, hey, let's take X's vocals from a totally different song and put them over this beat just so we can like have filler for an album. This is a song that he made, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. This I was on the fence at first about whether or not this song was my favorite or Limbo. I'm not on the fence anymore. This one's my favorite. And he did something weird with the guitar, like some weird distortion thing. I don't know what it is, but I really, really like it. And like I said, the best feature on the album, it actually works this time because first off, Jimmy doesn't sing the entire song by himself. Like X actually has a part, and they actually like blend
And
together
they
and
harmonized.
exactly.
Where they harmonized. Oh
Gosh, I don't cry during songs like hardly ever, but I teared up when they harmonized that time. I was just like, oh my gosh, like I just got hit by like this wave of just emotion, and yeah, uh, Michael will probably know. Well, both of you probably know. I don't give perfect scores to songs very often.
This is the perfect.
I gave this song a perfect score. This is a 10 out of 10.
It is.
This is a 10 out of 10. This is a song that I'm probably going to send to someone.
Yeah, I know who.
It's on her playlist. I put it on her playlist.
Yeah, it's flawless.
But yeah,
it's the
that
best
song's
song
just
on the album,
it's
bar none.
perfect. 10 out of 10. I think this might actually be the first 10 out of 10 song that I've reviewed on the podcast so far.
Mhm.
It's beautiful and just flawless, absolutely.
And it keeps up. Like
Mhm.
this next part of the album is really good. Like Heart Eater, it's good. It's funky, but it's good.
Mhm.
North Star with Joyner Lucas, they both popped off.
Oh,
They
that
did,
was great.
That was insane. I fucking love that. Even Glass Shards, if it was just an Ichabod Vane song, it would be perfect. But if I'm having to review it for an X song, it was, you know, Ichabod with a little bit of X.
Well, the music video is really distasteful. Other than the music video, I don't think the song's that bad.
Yeah. And like Numb the Pain, another great one from that same era of What Are You
That's
Feeling
the
For?
original The Interlude That Never Ends, by the way. Numb the Pain is originally called The Interlude.
That's really good. I like that one a lot more than what they put. And then It's All Fade to Black. When I saw that Blink-182 did this, I was like, what? Huh? I love this. I didn't listen to the original version. I forgot to listen to it before the podcast. I need to listen to it. But this, I like that It's All Fade to Black because it combined his love of like punk music with like his normal style. And I really liked it. So like the later half, I don't have much to say about the later half of the album besides, except for Wanna Grow Old, where it's just so melancholic about how he died, and now it's kind of sad that it's on the final album of his that came out after he died. It's like poetic the way that they put it, but the other ones I don't have anything else to put except that I liked them, and I thought that ending with Blink-182 was an insane thing, like as if like, you know, giving X what he needed, being like, you made it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and okay, so for me here, Heart Eater took some time to grow on me. Didn't like it at the start. I do like it now. It's a good song, definitely a weird one. North Star remix, super hard.
Oh yeah,
super hard. That's great. Chase Glass Shards, as I said, I do actually like this song as an X feature. The music video is horribly in horrible taste. But actually, like I said, I don't have a problem with the song by itself. And of course, the reason this song is also on here in a lot of ways is probably too because it also has the fact of the intro with the police car thing, where it's like police talking there. That was something added that X added the day he died. That was like the last edit to a song he ever made, was adding that intro to this song, because he was going to do like probably a concept with this here, so he added that intro, and that was it. That's all that happened here. So that's probably why that song's on here, because of that fact. Numb the Pain.
Cool.
I wish it was called The Interlude Never Ends. I feel like that'd be a better title, because it's cool, and that's what it was originally called. And it's a lot better than The Interlude Never Ends. I love this song. It's All Fading to Black. I want to comment on this one here, because I love this song, because X does really good fucking outros, like on all of the songs, all of his albums. My only problem with this one here, it's not that Blink-182 is bad, but I wish they weren't on the literal last song that would ever be played on an X album. I wish it was just X. All those other intros have been alone. I felt this should have been alone. I don't like the fact that the feature's on here.
Maybe if they had like switched It's All Fading to Black and Numb the Pain, that could have been like, that would have been a better way to end it.
Maybe, I don't know, because It's All Fading to Black is just such a strong closing song. It feels like it's designed as an outro. I just wish it was probably the original version, and then like there was like a remix with Blink-182, because I still feel like they should be on there, because I know X was a huge fan of Blink-182.
They could have released They could have released the Blink-182 almost like a single.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they usually
Because
do for
the
remakes.
original version is just X, and then it's the chorus that he has there. All it is he goes, and it's a really short verse. It's he goes and he says there, he says, and lay tulips on my corpse. We're all trapped in a third eye war. And then it goes into chorus again. That's it. It's a really short thing, but I feel like that fits what he does on the outros better. Even
And
though,
it would
like,
fit finishing off the album.
yeah,
His final
and
decade.
that's true. That line of the and lay tulips on my corpse, like that's what I'm like, man, that would have made this like a really fitting like memorial final song. Because and with that line, it does kind of feel like the like okay, like goodbye everyone. You know, it feels like the closing act. And like I said, it's not the Blink-182 thing isn't bad. I prefer the original so much more as an outro. This song isn't bad, but I wish that the outro was alone because it's the last song from X.
Yeah. So, Heart Eater, gonna be honest, wasn't really my favorite because yeah. Like by itself it's okay, but as something that X is singing, like so many of the other songs on this album, it doesn't sound like something that X would write, you know? It almost sounds like it just kind of sounds like something a studio executive would just be like, "Okay, here's what you're going to sing, here's the beat, here's the lyrics. We've already written everything. We've already done all the mixing and mastering. Just go on the mic, sing this," like just giving him like step-by-step instructions on how to do it. And I don't know. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
North Star Remix, I did like that one. Wasn't like, I don't know. I feel like if I had listened to a little bit more Joyner Lucas before this, I might enjoy it a little bit more because I just don't really have a whole lot of experience with his like style. But it was all right. Chase Glass Shards. I didn't quite follow the like story or message behind the song, but just in and of itself, it was pretty good. Numb the Pain. Now this, I really liked this one because so I I don't know if there's like an actual term for this, but the way that it almost sounds like while he was in the booth, like it almost sounds like while he's in the booth actually doing the vocals for the song, it almost sounds like somebody else is like outside the booth or like just outside the door, like recording him from there, you know? And I absolutely love that sound.
Dude, he really needs to listen to Skins.
Oh, it does.
That's all I'm hearing is that he really needs to listen to Skins.
All right. That'll be during my or just sometime tomorrow. I'll listen to Skins. But yeah, I really like. Again, I don't know if there's like a name for that. I just call it like studio acoustic because it's like
it's just raw, basically. It's just really
raw,
basically.
Like I love the part in Eternally Yours by Motionless in White, like the very end where it's just Chris's isolated vocals from like outside the booth, and I freaking love when they do that. And then It's All Fading to Black. I remember I didn't realize it was Blink-182 for a second. Honestly, when they first came in and when the song first starts to like pick up, it sounded like a song by The Fray, honestly. Like that was the vibe that I got from it.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, I'm kind of with Soap on this one in the sense that like I do like it, but it would have been cool to see just the original that was just X as like the final farewell of his last album to ever be released, and then have like the Blink-182 thing as like a separate thing.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. Knowing the backstory of that, I definitely would have preferred having just the X version with the remix after. It would.
Although just gonna insert real quick here, since you said you didn't get the story of Glass Shards, because I think Glass Shards is a messed up story, but I think that it would be kind of cool if it was like fully realized, because basically what Glass Shards is that X is portraying himself as a stalker who breaks into somebody's house, tries to rape the girl, The dad tries to stop him. He then kills the dad, and then that ties back to the intro, which is of somebody who commits suicide in a field after being chased by the police. So he goes, breaks into someone's house, rapes them, kills their dad, and then goes and commits suicide in an empty field. So
Okay.
Hold on.
yeah, totally messed up.
Intro? What intro? Like the intro to Glass Shards?
The intro to
Yeah, where it's just the police talking. It's like, I don't know what he's doing out there. Oh, he's by the car there. The intro is cut down from the 1X added. The 1X adds like 10 seconds longer and goes on to say the person kills themselves. It's one of those things where messed up story, but if X had actually kind of got to finish that story and like play the part of a soccer on here, I think that could have been like a really like a dark,
really
dark
really
song.
cool.
But that's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
I was in a house with some glass shards breaking down the damn door. You know, like it's like you literally broken his person's house, and then it says like, you know, like he's like, her dad picked me up from the damn floor, told me to put my pants on. I was thinking a lot of things. I'll kill this bitch if he tries to take the fucking girl of my dreams. Like it's this like totally like dark song here about like somebody who's totally messed up in the head.
Yeah.
Which I don't get why the other guy's on here, because he doesn't play to that at all.
No, not at all.
No. But it's really weird.
Gosh.
But yeah, it's a
That's
really
different.
dark song. Yeah, like I said, it'd be kind of cool if he did get to finish it, because then it's like totally like a horrorcore, like Relapse almost type song, you know?
Yeah.
But that didn't get finished.
So what y'all rate the
Dark
album?
song. For me, I'm gonna stay here. My thing is this: I have to first say this. My problem with this album stands the same as what I've said before. There's a lot of good songs on here, but this does not flow like an X album. It does not have the adventure or the story of Question Mark or 17 or even Skins. It is a lot of songs that are here. There is too many skips on here, too many bad features to make it flow at all. It does not maintain the flow that makes it like, because like I said, Question Mark totally feels like an adventure. Like even how different the songs can be, it flows. This does not flow. It's a collection of songs. As a collection of songs, I give this like an 8 out of 10. There's several bad songs on here, but there's so many good ones because it's so long. I mean, they kind of just threw everything and saw what sticks. So many songs work here that as a collection of songs, I think it's like an 8 out of 10. As an album, like in terms of like compared to other X albums, I can't give this higher than a 6 because it just doesn't have an album feel to it. There's too many features that don't work. It does not have the flow of the other albums. But actually, the individual songs together, I would say, is an 8 out of 10. Not a bad record if you just care about individual songs. But as a album flow, it does not flow at all.
As a whole album, I would give it probably like a 5.5 or a 6, because it's the same thing. Like I've never skipped a song on an X project before this, and then this one, it was like, oh god, and it was long. I felt every single second of some parts. But on like Question Mark, I couldn't believe that it was already over when the intro started playing. So it's like, yeah, I give it the same thing.
Yeah. I'm thinking, like, so I decided to do it out of 100, so I did 45 out of 100, so like 4.5-ish.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, you know, I like how Soap put it, how it's like, you know, if you're just going off the best songs, like, it's really, really, really good. But if you're looking at it from an entire album perspective, you know, it's like chain is only as strong as its weakest link. There's a lot of really, really weak songs on here that are just like, like they range all the way from just kind of like lukewarm of just like, it's not terrible, but it's not really that great, to just flat out bad. Like just awful songs. So, yeah. Too many features, lots of bad features. No.
Yeah.
But where this song or where this album succeeds, like it really succeeds.
You could tell the parts where X had more of a say in like, what was happening.
I think when you consider this is X's worst project, I think that we all kind of agree on that there. Whenever this, though, is your worst project, that still says something. It's like I said, actual song wise, it's not bad in a lot of ways. So even though this is his worst project, it's still a solid record. You're like, you have a really strong discography, and this is your worst project.
Well, what do y'all think? Let us know. Also, how do you enjoy seeing our faces? Because every single thing that I did during this, I realized was on video.
You were jerking off, weren't you?
I was.
Just
Can't go on YouTube now.
I was gonna go on YouPorn.
Get flagged.
But yeah, so y'all go check out the album. Happy New Year to everyone. Shout out again to Marika for the beautiful artwork. Y'all will probably see it on the post I make for this, promoting it, and it'll probably end up being the thumbnail for it. I like how she only drew you and I and not soap.
Well, how?
That's true. Just do a spoon.
Wait, you know what she should have done? She should have done just like a spoon hanging from like a piece of fishing line from the ceiling, just right over the microphone. That would have been perfect.
But, yeah, we love the artwork. Thank y'all. Hopefully, we got some new stuff planned for this year. We're the video is just one. We're actually trying to get a little bit more organized on everything. So, yeah, in the next couple weeks, y'all may see a little bit of a shift in everything. But, I know.
A little bit of a including
including the second Hunger Games simulator episode.
Ow. I just pogged so hard that my jaw popped.
That is on camera. So, yeah. Anyway, go and stream my new song, Nuh. Go and stream Travis's new song, Boats. And go and just love soap at Walmart.
I'm gonna be walking down an aisle at Walmart and see just somebody just like in the middle of an aisle just making out with a bar of soap, and I'm gonna be cursed with the knowledge that I know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. If y'all enjoyed the episode, share it around. If y'all enjoyed listening to us talk, we're glad. And if you enjoyed seeing our faces, yeah, you did something. But anyway. Thank y'all so much for listening or watching or whatever. And we will catch y'all next week with some new shiz. Yeah. So, yeah, y'all relax. And we will see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye!